Okay, today we have a Gemini full moon. Okay, it's kind of an amazing moon. It's our final full moon of the year. So we'll be doing a review of where we've gone and who we have become because of it and where we want to go. Um, yeah, we'll get into everything. Oh my gosh, I'm jumping ahead because there's just so much to tell you about this. It's kind of like we're standing between two versions of ourselves. Our mind has been narrating our life all year, and now we hear the tone of it. We catch the way we explain ourselves to others, the way we talk about our life, certain parts of our life, our love life, our career, our money, our chances, our worth. We may notice how quickly we joke about our own pain and how easily we've pushed our dreams into, well, maybe someday. Today we stop and ask, do we actually want to keep telling this story? The one who keeps thinking the same way? Or to be the one who is ready to speak from a clearer, braver place? Because over the next several days, we will have radical clarity. And this is the moment when we begin to shift our story. And so we'll break down the energy together. We'll start with the numerology, the astrology, and then, of course, the cards. But first, I always want to say thank you. I never want to have a video where I forget to thank you, so I do it right up at the very beginning so I remember, because it's important. And when I first started out, I go, oh my gosh, I didn't thank them. I toss and turn the whole night because you're the reason I'm here. Thank you for your love, for your support, for your time. And I show up because it's my intention to grow your tools, allow you to gain some more insight, wisdom, to go forward with confidence, clarity, with love. So hi, I'm Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly. Welcome to your Daily Focus, December the 4th, 2025. So we have the 4 energy today. The 4 energy is about having our ducks in a row. Understanding our foundation. You know, if you could see yourself kind of like almost like you're standing in the middle of a pie. A pie shape, not an actual pie. And you can see, you know, your spirituality and your career and your job and your love and your friends and your family and your health and your well-being, and you know, we see all the different parts of our life. And so what is been neglected? Where do we have to restore strength, energy? If we look at the daily numerology, it would be a 3 plus a 4 plus a 9. It gives us a 16. And that is about awakenings. That's when we can have major shifts in our life. And they seem to come sometimes seemingly out of nowhere. And all of a sudden we have a new vantage point, a new perception, a new understanding that we never had before. Or we find this road in front of us that we know we must travel, and we never had an inkling of traveling it before. But now it calls to us with a great strength. 1 plus 6 is a 7, and the 7 energy is about creating harmony and balance, and love within our environments, especially within our relationships. But it is about bringing in a true balance. Yes, okay, so I fixed the links for the calendar. I apologize for that. Thank you for letting me know, though. You know, I'm human. I prove it every day, way too often, in fact. So I can't believe that I forgot to put links in for the calendar and only for the free natal chart. Anyways, so it's all better now. You should have no problems accessing both. Thank you, okay? Plus, the book 2026. You know, this is the year that everything changes. So, and in that, I break down all the major planetary changes with your astrology for each one of those. So, sun, moon, and rising. So, that's a fantastic book. Only available on Amazon, though. Um, yeah, so everything's in the description box, okay? Everything's there to help you move forward, especially the journal, to choose you each and every day. Sun is in Sagittarius, Moon is in Gemini, and they oppose each other, creating our full moon in Gemini at 13 degrees. So the 13 is about giving and receiving. It's a very beautiful and charismatic kind of number, actually. It has good luck attached to it, abundance attached to it, great love attached to it. But what happens to us under a 13 energy sometimes does not feel like it was a good thing. So we really have to pay attention to what we put the labels on. Okay? It's like the farmer who had his son and his wife had passed away and he had all these fields to plow and it was only him and his son. But he won the town fair and he won the grand prize of a horse, a great stallion. And everybody clapped him on the back and clapped him on the back and said, "Oh, you're so lucky, you're so lucky. Now you and your boy won't have to do as much work. You have a horse to do a lot of the work for you. This is wonderful." And the farmer said, "Ah, good, bad, who's to know?" And then the son is out there the first day with the horse, and the horse kicks his son in the leg and breaks his son's leg. And so now it's only him and the horse. And everybody said, "Oh, what a shame, what bad luck to have this happen. You just when you thought you were going to get ahead, now you cannot." And he went, "Oh, good, bad, who's to know?" And then the army came through his land and stopped because they were rounding up the eligible boys to go to war. But his son had a broken leg, so they had to leave him behind. And everybody said, "Oh, you were so lucky." And well, good, bad, who's to know? So be careful to label your experiences over the next several days, especially. 1 plus 3 is a 4, so we're back to the foundations, right? Getting our ducks in a row. Now, full moon. Oh my gosh. It's a super full moon. Okay, which means it's closer to the earth, so it's going to seem bigger, it's going to seem brighter, and it tends to amplify our emotions and our awareness so much more. It's the last full moon of the year, so closing out 2025 with the emphasis on our mind, our words, our imagination, our voice, and the stories we've been living. Okay, so first we'll look at Gemini because that's where the full moon is, and Gemini loves variety and questions and options, and it's the twins, right? So two roads, two stories kind of energy automatically is in play here. And then we have Sagittarius across the sky. So we're feeling this divide between needing the details versus seeing the big picture, or information versus wisdom. Now, the exciting thing about this, because normally I would just be telling you to look at some of these things in your life and where do you need closure and what do you need to leave in the rearview mirror, and giving you options for what to do. But because of the nodal square tomorrow, it makes this energy of our full moon not quite like an eclipse, but wow, extremely close to that kind of. So I'm asking you to really stand there and look down both roads. Okay, it's going to really feel, because of the nodal energy tomorrow, that we are at a true fork in the road. And we're starting to become aware that, yeah, we can keep walking the story we're telling now, but we can also allow this full moon to help us to start to rewrite the script. The direction we're choosing, the direction we want to go in 2026. The Gemini full moon highlights our story, our thoughts, our voice. It's a very powerful time to journal over the next several days, because words and thoughts and Our imagination and our voice will lead to so many things that we'll want to keep track of, and if we get it down on a piece of paper, they'll stop ping-ponging inside of our brain all over the place, and maybe we can settle into some thoughts. But yeah, we're going to notice. We're just going to see it. The scripts that we use, with each other. The jokes we hide behind. When we say I'm fine, but we're not. The way we downplay our needs, or we over-explain or under-explain important boundaries in our life. And it's not just, do I have enough? It's, what do I tell myself that I actually deserve? What I can charge, what I can ask for, what I'm capable of creating. So under this energy, we'll see patterns in our life, the path we walk in our spending, and we'll realize that it matches our old beliefs. It's one of those wheels that we can't seem to get off of. Remember we were talking about that, and all of a sudden we see that track available, and it takes us forward. You catch yourself buying to soothe an anxiety or a bad day or a fight you had with your sister. Or you're undercharging because you're afraid of rejection. You're always give, give, give of yourself. Or it could be just how you talk to yourself. I'm just bad with money. Or money comes in, I spend it fast. Or I already got my paycheck 5 years I've had spent. Completely gone. I'm just showing up to cover the debt. And we're being asked very simply, would I talk to, or would I treat someone I love the way I do to myself? And the answer is no. So the moon is our invitation to start editing that script, to start intentionally telling yourself a couple of wonderful things about you each and every day. I'm great with money. I'm a money magnet. Money comes to me easily. I have more than enough money at all times. Every time I need money, it shows up. Every dollar I put out into the universe, it comes back tenfold. This full moon is asking us to review our year, and really we've had since March of walking this year of great inner growth and change. To understand what we need to leave behind in 2025 and what we want to embrace going forward into 2026. Ask yourself, what stories do I live by? And how did these stories come to be? Like, when did they start? What was the first time that happened and it was acceptable to me? Our thoughts, our words will definitely shape our lives in these moments. Our conversations, our words, our voice, our thoughts, our imagination carries a lot of weight under this energy. The emails we write, the posts we make, the way we speak to ourselves, all of that is like super lit up. And so this can bring in some beautiful breakthroughs. And it can show us where the miscommunication has been. Or maybe the half-truths have been told. What has been blocking us? And I would say under a normal Gemini full moon to look at different areas of your life. But I would say with the nodal square happening tomorrow, pick one area of your life that matters most to you, whether it's love or work or money, health, self-worth, the list continues. And let this full moon help you to move from thinking about it to owning it, embracing it, making it yours, and defining the path forward with your words. You know, all you need is one clear sentence about what you are choosing now and one small action to back it up. And you're well on your way to great success. Okay, let's turn to the cards. I'm a little thirsty. We had the Empress underneath. Time to create, time to invent, time to create from love. Okay, the Empress is one of the highest diplomats in the deck, one of the highest intuitives in the deck. So we're highly intuitive today. So listen to our body, our gut feelings, our heart center. What is it trying to tell us? What is it trying to point out to us? Who is the person? Ask yourself, who is the person I am evolving into being? Evolving into being. And start to write your story. Write your story. Okay, let's see what the cards have to tell us. Underlying energy is the Fool's back again. Do you believe this? The Fool is back again, people. I bet you, I bet you I could go back 5 years and not see the Fool show up as often as it has over the last week and a bit. Maybe I'm stretching it into 2 weeks now. I don't think I am. Okay, this is finally a time when collectively the Fool is showing up for us to say it's time to step into unknown territory in your life, to go forward in a new way, to strip yourself of all the things that do not belong. And you don't need much to go forward. You just need you, the clothes on your back, the knowledge within. The rest will find you when you need it. What a powerful card to have. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles, and this is about belief and having faith. Maybe that we are capable, maybe that our angels, our creator, our guides are all working in tandem with us and our goals and our dreams and are sending the things that we want towards us, but we have to show up and walk towards it as well. So what actions are we taking to say, come to me, come closer? This is what I want to step into. This is who I want to become. You know, we don't have our armor on here. We don't have a weapon. We don't even have a canteen or a blanket. It's just us. We're just showing up. Just very much like the Fool has said, we don't need anything more than the clothes on our back. We just need to show up. We just need to be present and saying, this is how I'm going forward. This is who I am going forward. Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups is back. My goodness. Ten of Cups. And I really do clear these cards each and every time. So when we have two cards that are showing up, wow. And this is in the middle here. So it's like, how do we bridge ourselves from this person who's just riding out a sheer belief, a confidence or a clarity or an understanding that we just need to show up and the rest will be provided for us. And then we can utilize it as it is given to us, as it shows up on our path. You know, what things would bridge that way to your happily ever after? What are some of the things that could show up in your life to make that an easier walk for you? Maybe you need more support. Maybe you need building space. Maybe you need a new wardrobe. Maybe you need a new set of friends, more like-minded people. Maybe you need new environments. Maybe you need to travel a bit. Maybe you need learning and education. Maybe you need, what is it for you? What are the things that you feel would bridge that gap between where you are now and your happily ever after? And then we have the devil. The devil, what are you tethered to? What's holding you back? What limits you? What old story are you telling yourself that keeps you where you are? It's time to tear down the walls. It's time to break through the glass ceiling. It's a time to remove those limitations, those fears, those anxieties, and start to turn your energy towards having a confidence in your capabilities and what you deserve. Your dreams, your desires, your wants, your goals. So if it doesn't support those things, then it needs to be thrown into the fire. It needs to turn to ash. And you build from that newness. Because we are clearing the space so that we can invite the new in. Strong, strong energy. Okay, let's go to our animal cards here. And we have, look at this, call on your angels. Call on your angels, absolutely. Call on your angels, awakened visions, dreams, clairaudience, water. An angel can illuminate the thought and mind of man by strengthening the power of vision by bringing within his reach some truth which the angel himself contemplates. Angelfish reassures you that your angels are around you all the time and they have been trying to get through to you and offer you love, healing, guidance. You may not see the angels as you believe they ought to look. They can come in the form of a human stranger or an animal, but it will be positive, it will be enlightening, and it may add more questions, but in time the answers will appear. Your dreams may be extra prophetic and intense with messages, or you may have been hearing the messages as if you've been thinking to yourself. Maybe you've heard it through music or having a vivid vision. These messages are here to help awaken you. Your angels ask that you call on them to assist with life's pressures. You don't need to know their names, only request their assistance and be specific in your request so they can immediately go to work on your behalf. Angelfish says that you are being too stubborn and attempting to go against the flow instead of with the current. It may be time for you to take a trip to a location where there's plenty of water, where you can sink your toes into the sand and stare into the depths of the water. I firmly believe that we kind of set out our path before we come here. And we have discussions with who are friends over there, but we call them our spirit guides here. And they've already walked the human life, so they know how hard it is. And they are allowed to intervene probably maybe three. I hear 3 times in our life. We with 3 times where if I really go off course, they can come in and intervene and change my path. Otherwise, I have free will. So when you are crying, when you shed a tear, your angels are sobbing. Your guides are sobbing. They want to help you, but you have free will. So unless you say, I need you, this is what is on my plate and I need you to take it. I need you to help me with this, to resolve it, to give me the answers, to give me the path forward, to give me the clarity I need. And that will happen because you've requested it. And you don't need to know their names, no. They know. They know. And you can say it like you're talking to just a friend. Just say it aloud. They're listening. Anyways, let's go to our Journey of Love cards. Oh, you know what? I skipped through our stones. Should we go back? I've got the Journey of Love cards going here, and I'm told to keep going. So the choice, 62. 6 plus 2 is an 8, which is our prosperity. So the choice. And we'll read the poem first. Our lives are measured in choices we have made along the path we call living. Each compass point a possibility, each step an opportunity. Seemingly random, each decision moves us in a direction, both unknown and yet somehow familiar. For upon reflection, the strength we find in choosing, or the surrender of letting it all unfold, leads us to a place where we started from when we made that first choice to be here again. I'd like to know what you thought of that poem. Okay. There's a choice you need to make. You're aware of it already, and it's coming into your awareness very soon. Embrace the unknown and say yes. You have the opportunity to enrich your world, to receive, and therefore be able to share much more. If anxiety and fears arise, guilt or shame, treat it as the cleansing of your emotional waters that they receive so much more inflow from the divine ocean. Let the old layers rise to the surface of your awareness and be washed away. So your old stories, perhaps your old layers. What seems to be so much in context of your own emotional waters is not as so much at all when compared to what the great ocean is capable of holding. So let the divine ocean take that old, washing it away from you and replenishing you with the new, that you may serve life all the better. This oracle brings you guidance. It's safe for you to choose now. There's no wrong choice, just a choice that resonates with your heart. And if it is challenging you, that is an opportunity for you to let the divine cleanse and lift you in the vibration where you felt at peace with your choice, where you can accept the grace it will bring you. Do this now. It's your time to step up, to make your life easier on yourself and open up to love in a more trusting way. Come now, and the divine is calling you to play. And I thought, one of the ways is just if you were in like a hot tub or a jacuzzi or even just a bathtub, it just, are in the shower, allowing you to feel that water just pouring over your body and cleansing you as it does in some way. Just letting go of the old, what doesn't work anymore. Where you are setting new boundaries, where you're drawing new lines in the sand, where you are going to think before you answer a yes, a no, I'm fine. To start rewriting our script of what we tell ourselves. Our words have magic. Our words have power during this time. So utilize it by saying intentions, by describing your dreams, your happily ever after, and envisioning the bridge that you will walk over to make that happen for yourself. And until we meet again, remember, I do love you.